Wizard Tricks, and this is the first episode of the Order podcast. I'm happy you guys are here, and we're going to talk about a lot of fun things coming up with Wizards Unite, and I'm going to let everyone introduce themselves. So check out the cast this time around.
Hi, I'm Gita, and I'm from the Portkey Adventures.
Hey y'all, I'm Lynette from Wizard PhD. Just want to do a quick shout out for my cool I Want Wizards Unite shirt from Adam the Order. We can
Hey everybody, I'm Sue from Expecto Go. I also want Wizards Unite, but I'm not wearing the shirt.
We got it. We all want it. It's in our hearts. So we're just like dying for it to come out. All right. Well, let's talk about what things we want from Pokemon Go to transfer into Wizards Unite. What kind of those features, even things that maybe we wish were in Pokemon Go that we really want to have in Wizards Unite. What are some of those things?
Well, one of the reasons that I really love Pokemon Go is it just encourages us to get outside, and I feel like it's really important to remember to go out and enjoy the beautiful world that we have. So I really love that we're kind of getting back to what things used to be before video games were out, but incorporating video games into that. And then I also love how going out and playing something that you love helps introduce you to people that also love the same things. Like I've made, I think, 3 or 4 friends just from playing Pokemon Go that they also loved Pokemon Go. So, and then all of us, we've all met each other because we love Harry Potter, and the game hasn't even come out yet. So, yeah, I mean, I think those are inevitable and just part of the game coming out. So I'm excited about that.
Yeah. Yeah, totally. I mean, I've met so many people through playing the game. It's incredible. I just like tons of people that I've known through the, not in the community, but just known through Pokemon Go. It's pretty amazing how the game brings it together. And Harry Potter's got such a great fan base and such great fans. I feel like it's going to be even stronger than Pokemon Go.
Definitely. By the way, can you guys see Kellen?
No.
I think it cut out, but okay. You guys keep going.
It's okay. I can hear you talking. It's all right.
Definitely.
Yeah, I mean, going along this line, so community events. So some of my favorites with Pokemon Go particularly are the large raid bosses. So I could play Pokemon Go by myself, and I have for a while, but when that was introduced, and really you need, in order to do those mechanics to achieve those raid bosses, to defeat them, you need multiple people. And so like I like that idea of even the featured community events where there's kind of like an extra special event that's going around of you want people to go out to get shinies or to have EX raids. So all of that is part of the community building where even if, so sometimes I'm kind of awkward when I'm interacting with strangers, but you're still like having this shared experience that it's kind of, again, like Peter said, like uniting over something that you love. So it makes it, okay to geek out about it a little bit.
Totally.
I think the raids are going to be really, really cool, I think, in Wizards Unite. I mean, because there's so many great beasts that are just really epic and, dragons. I mean, I can't wait to see dragons in my neighborhood, potentially. So I think that's going to be a really great part. I don't play a lot of Pokemon Go, but I do like that there's such a great incentive to play every day. Like there are streaks, there's little tasks that you have to do. And I think that Wizards Unite will really lend itself very well to maybe not an overall storyline, but maybe like sort of mini episodes of like tasks that we have to do. I know magical artifacts have been thrown around, so I'm really hoping that we have to like hunt for something like a scavenger hunt in our cities, and I think that would be really awesome.
Yeah. I mean, there's really a wide variety of items that they can, put into the game. I mean, you see that with Pokemon Go with the different berries and stuff like that, but there's so many different types of potions and artifacts that you were saying. There's so much stuff that they could really throw into the game. So I think they have a lot to work with, and hopefully that prolongs the game. Hopefully, with Pokemon Go, you have all the generations of Pokemon. So hopefully they'll be able to find a way to really keep the game going on a long-term level.
Yeah.
I'm definitely.
Oh, sorry.
You keep going.
I'm wondering how Niantic might incorporate YouTube videos. So if you notice with Pokemon Go, with introducing Meltan as like part of this storyline that's coming out, and they just posted something on Ingress today. So like using their YouTube channel as a way to kind of get that engagement and cross like multiple platforms. So I think that might be interesting.
Yeah, that's new. Yeah, it's kind of a new thing they're testing out.
Yeah, it seems like on Ingress they have been giving updates through videos for a while. So I'm excited to see that Pokemon Go is doing it, and then Ingress is amping it up with giving updates about Prime already, which is coming out hopefully the next few weeks. So I'm definitely thinking the same thing, that we actually might finally get like a storyline that's progressing us through, instead of, I feel like Pokemon Go has gotten stale at some points where you just like, you really have to be in that grind kind of mood to keep going in Pokemon Go. So I'm excited that we might have some sort of storyline to keep pushing us through.
Yeah, I mean,
it almost has to be, because we have to learn like spells and stuff. Like you can't just automatically start out. Like I know I'm not huge in Pokemon Go, but you have like your Pokeballs and you go catch things, and you can like catch stronger and stronger Pokemon and do more and more things, but it's essentially the same thing no matter what you're doing. But if you have to be doing magical things, you have to learn different spells, and I don't know if they're going to have gestures involved, and I don't know, like you're probably going to have to basically graduate up to different like tasks that you'll be able to do. So I think a storyline is almost necessary.
Yeah.
Maybe?
I think so, and I think with the quest system that they've really been working hard on through Pokemon Go, it definitely lends itself to a storyline, which is good. My concern, I think Ingress doesn't really have this issue because it's such a standalone title, but Pokemon Go is fairly finite with the number of generations, and they are continuing to make generations in the main series games. But with Harry Potter, the books are out. You know, there's only so much story that they have, and that's like one thing, for instance, that I feel every time I play Hogwarts Mysteries is there's an end to this story, and when we reach that end, that's the end of the game. Like, what are they going to do to make this continue to be fun and play, you know, for a while without, you know, there being just a hard stop?
That's a good point.
Mm-hmm. Lately, I have definitely, it just like left my head, just like as if it went into a pensive.
Yes. I've always wanted to go into pensive. They seem so fun. They should have something like that in the game. There's got to be some sort of pensive. That'd be a cool way actually to do quests. Is like a pensive type of like quest system. That would be really cool. Where you could, and that's how they could incorporate the books and the storyline without making it, you know, a 7-year storyline, right? They could just have quests that you could go into in terms of the pensive, and you could have a quest of that particular storyline. They could just do a lot of very small mini plots where you could have almost scenes of the books.
That would be cool. What do you think about what do you think about like worldwide challenges in Wizards Unite? Because that's really, I think that's the coolest thing about Pokemon Go. It's, I don't know how many times they've done it, but it's like they get a certain number of points or whatever by a certain deadline. You guys know more about this.
They've done them a lot more often for Ingress, so I can definitely see with more of a plot line, and then they're pushing them more with Pokemon, as we're just talking about. So definitely see that. I remembered it came back out of the pensive. I'm thinking that it might be future. And so with Ingress, they don't have a drawn out equivalent of Professor Willow. They actually have hired people that are playing these specific parts. What? So it could potentially be based in the future, and they hire specific people to play these wizard parts to give us the updates. So it might not be like Grindelwald, but maybe we get a new dark wizard based in 2020 or something.
Well, the title is going to be big enough where Niantic could hire people like that to do.
Yeah. totally. And they hired those people for Ingress years ago.
Yeah.
So definitely very feasible. And I don't know. I wish I'd known about it before.
Some YouTubers to get in on that, right? I like. We gotta
really
get,
cool.
like, yeah, we have to get like on a broom tour instead of like the summer tour. We'll just have like the broom tour or something like that.
Flying around the world.
Yeah, or the flu powder or something. So
I forgot about
we're taking Portkey. We're taking Portkey in the world.
That would be so cool.
yeah.
There's just so many awesome things they could do, and I wish we had more than the almost zero information that we have, because like it's so fun to speculate, but we can speculate in any direction because they've given us almost nothing.
Yeah, we did. Breaking news, though, we did get a little bit of communication from Niantic today. They did like a tweet by one of us saying that we want Wizards Unite. So at least they like someone's post. That is good.
Oh, that's nice.
They heard us.
I liked them dressing up as Harry Potter characters. That was really fun. I wish that it wasn't all students, because that's kind of hinting towards a Hogwarts game, but it could just be a coincidence. So
no.
Yeah, in terms of teams, I definitely think that they're going to do the Hogwarts houses. I don't think they have a choice, really, because where there's definitely some players that are going to want something a little bit different than I think Pokemon Go. They have to, like, the mainstream just knows those, you know, and ultimately they have to do something like Pokemon Go, where everyone you see is playing Pokemon Go for the first like 3 months, right? I mean, if they don't put the Hogwarts houses in, then they're going to detract some of those people who just know the basics of Harry Potter away.
Yeah.
I guess I don't want it, because I don't want there to be like 75% Gryffindor, 20% Slytherin, 4% Ravenclaw, and 1% Hufflepuff, because I think that genuinely would happen.
Yeah,
totally would.
Absolutely. I mean, it would be worse than Mystic. It is way worse than Mystic. So,
you guys, I joined Valor. I didn't know. I thought it was cool, but I
always tease Mystic players. I was like, you just pick your favorite color.
I did choose Mystic because of Ravenclaw.
Ravenclaw? Nice.
Valor sounded so cool, but then James was horrified when I picked it. So. But it would be really cool if, like, Wizards Unite sorted people based on whatever wizarding school you would be going to for whatever region of the world you live in. But I think we would have a lot of angry Americans, like, we're in some random house at Ilvermorny, and, like, you know, what the Thunderbird house, you know? So
I feel like if we did that and you had to be in your school in your region, so like we were forced to be in Ilvermorny, people in the UK were forced to be at Hogwarts, it would almost encourage cheating, because if there are the equivalent of gyms that you have to take down, you have to travel physically there, and people aren't going to be flying cross countries, like internationally, just to play this game. So there's got to be a way to have teams within your own community, because they do encourage that. They're not necessarily, like when Pokemon Go first came out, I thought that nests were permanent. And I thought that you would have to travel. I thought you would have to drive an hour or 2 hours or whatever in order to complete your Pokedex. That wasn't the case. They are simply encouraging people to go explore your own community. So whatever the teams are, I think you're going to have to be able to choose them anywhere in the world.
I like that. I think that makes more sense.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, I would definitely hope if they do different wizarding schools that they do it that way, because if you do it geographically, it's going to be, like you said, it's going to encourage spoofing. I mean, I feel like the only way the game would be fun is if you spoof. I mean, if that's the only way you can battle, then, you know, no one's going, I mean, think of how many people spoof in Pokemon Go. Just think of, like, if you can't play the game fully if you don't spoof.
Right.
So
and that's how people felt like a lot of people are spoofing purely because they're like, oh, well, I'm never going to get to travel out of the country to get these regionals. So hopefully they will eliminate all of those wants and needs to cheat before the game comes out.
Yeah. Well, they've learned a lot with Pokemon Go, so we'll see. We'll see what they do for sure. So, but I think if they do Hogwarts houses, maybe the compromise they should do is to go from. They can do a quiz, like the Pottermore quiz, and then at the end of it, if you don't like it, you could pick a different house.
Yeah, I like that because you would probably still end up with a lot of Gryffindors and Slytherins, but maybe to a lesser extent.
Yeah,
they were sort of yeah, it forces you to be less passive, and people have to just have stuff done for them a little bit. So I think that's a good point. I like that idea.
I'll just have to agree to disagree because I think they would. I can't jump on board with the houses. I feel like we would have had Team Rocket or Team Magma, Team Aqua, whatever for Pokemon Go. They easily could have done that, and everybody would have been on Team Rocket because everybody's most familiar with Gen 1 for Pokemon. So I mean, I would be on Team Bodruckle or Team Niffler. Yeah. Something else.
And you know what I just thought of? If they have like sort of random group names, like they already have a ton of merchandise for like all the Hogwarts houses, but if they have Wizards Unite specific teams, then that's an entire new world of merchandise that they can sell and we can fill our houses with, you know? Which would be new colors to align ourselves with.
Yeah.
Does everyone want to jump in real quick on Portkey Games and some of the things that Portkey Games is coming out with? If everyone doesn't know, there was a leaked trailer recently for it looks like it's going to be like a PS4 game or an Xbox game or a computer game for basically a Hogwarts game where you can create your own character and play. What do you guys feel like Portkey Games is going to be doing, and what they may or may not contribute to the gaming of Harry Potter in general, and potentially with Hogwarts, or not Hogwarts Mysteries, but Wizards Unite?
That's been on my mind a lot lately, especially because that RPG leak was taken down by Warner Brothers immediately on every channel. I'm pretty sure it's going to be under the Portkey Games label, which is exciting because from their initial announcement, they said that they would have mobile games and console games, and we're hoping PC games at some point. So I've literally just been sitting around waiting a year for them to announce something on some other device other than phones. So still waiting, but fingers are crossed, and I'm thinking that we'll probably get some sort of Fantastic Beasts game under the label at some point, but who knows? They're really not telling us anything.
Everything is so secretive. Yeah, it's just so weird to me that they wouldn't claim it, you know, like the leak is already out. You might as well put it on the Portkey Games website as, you know, and named something coming out for whatever, like console or, you know, computer. That, I mean, it just looks so cool. Like you're coming into Hogwarts as a 5th-year student in that game, like that's your first time in Hogwarts is 5th year. I get so excited when I think about the game. I think it's gonna be so cool. But again, no information. I guess it's Portkey. I don't know who else it would be.
Yeah.
But it looks way better than Hogwarts Mystery. So I'm excited about it.
Hopefully it won't have any time restrictions.
No gems.
So one of the things that I hate, if we want to talk about that real quick.
Yes.
Timed restrictions. It drives me crazy. I can't do the push for microtransactions. Like, stop. It's fine.
I'm not playing the game. I'm still getting very triggered by all of the breaks of canon. All the new pets. You're supposed to have an owl, a cat, or a toad. No Neasels, no Krups, no spiders, no frogs.
Yeah.
Well, frogs, toads, frogs, same thing. Anyways.
Both.
It's just a cash grab. They're just getting their money so that they can make Wizards Unite better with that money. That's what I'm just gonna pretend is happening, so it'll make me feel better.
Well, the thing with me also, because I was browsing Portkey's website earlier today just to reread the language that they had, like there's language in there about having player-centric games where you make your own narrative choices. But my impression is like we still have the same storyline. Am I correct on that? That we kind of progress through the same thing. It doesn't really matter if I choose the empathy choice or the brave choice. You know, like it just
and that's
very
frustrating.
It's so frustrating to me because there are classes that seem to reward you with more empathy, and there are classes that reward you with strength and knowledge. So I'm like, if I have like level 20 knowledge and I've got like level 18 empathy, then a class that favors knowledge with the rewards should probably take less energy from me than a class that rewards empathy. But it's not like that. Like there's really no point to picking one trait over another because everything is the same. Like it's all the same no matter what.
And then you guys are still learning Lumos in the 5th year.
Amateurs, man. What are you doing? You got held back.
In the charm class, I click through. I don't read any of it anymore. I just click.
Tap.
Yeah. Unfortunately, there's just not much depth. It's very basic, and it's a bit of a shame because they could do so much more.
Mm-hmm.
They really could, and I think that's what's most disappointing is that there just could be a lot more to it, and there's not. It's very straightforward. So, and they just brought back Dueling Club, so Dueling Club has just made its debut again for the first time in like 2 months, which I think they need. I hate Dueling Club. It's so bad.
I really loved it until I found out that all the people I thought were real were fake, and then I was just angry. And I don't know why. It's like a short-term event. Like dueling is actually really fun. Like, you know, so it's just a mindless sort of, hey, I wonder if I can win. Why can't we play it all the time? I would be doing that way more than the random tasks. You know, it's sort of fun. But
it's funny. I was better at dueling when I thought they were real players. And because I knew they were computers, I've been bad. It's been really bad.
You were like, yeah, when you think it's a real person, you're like, I am totally gonna beat this, 16-year-old from France at this duel on this game, and then it's just a bot. Like, are you kidding me?
The logic is totally different.
Yeah. And like you should have known immediately because they choose their moves immediately. Whereas, when you choose your own move, it takes, several seconds. But I don't know why I was so thoroughly fooled. I was like, but they have profile pictures. They have names. I'm just dumb. I just couldn't figure it out.
Yeah, that is a...
What if they took inactive and threw them in there?
What'd you say?
Yeah, say it again.
What if they took inactive players and threw them in there, like for the house challenge? What if it's like created accounts and stopped playing, and that's why they're not really helping you win?
Yeah, that's totally what happened.
I just broke my wand.
Oh no!
It happens.
Oh no!
Do you get like Ron a lot?
Yeah.
I'm expecting a Seamus moment where something blows up in your face.
Like you have like the Whomping Willow around the corner, like out of view. That would be cool.
That would be.
Guys, I think we might be nerds.
Thanks everyone for joining today. I hope you guys all enjoyed the order. This is going to be an awesome show that we do very frequently. We're going to talk about all types of things with Wizards Unite and probably a little bit of Hogwarts Mysteries as well. But we're going to definitely focus on Wizards Unite. So we will see you again soon. Again, thanks everyone for joining, and we will see you next time. All right, thanks guys.
Bye.
Bye. Knox.
Knox. Yeah. All right.